Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Burning River Podcast. I'm Jake Scarborough, joined by my co-host Fidel Fabian. Fabian, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good to hear. Well, we've got quite a bit to talk about with some controversial news breaking this morning. We'll just spit out right into that. We knew as of yesterday, Fernando Alonso was leaving Alpine for Aston Martin to replace the retiring Sebastian Vettel. So a bunch of things tied into one. So Alpine today, this morning, announced that Oscar Piastri, the F2 champion, also a former F3 champion, was promoted to the Alpine seat for 2023. However, he came out with a statement saying, similar to Alex Palou with his CGR deal, that he never signed anything and that he will not be returning to the team for the following year. So that leaves the question, where does Oscar go? What does Alpine do? I don't know. Fabian, what do you think?
There's been a weird trend with teams just flat out lying. And usually it's just like smaller teams just trying to get a quick check. But now it's just these big, giant organizations that have been in racing for decades that are now starting to lie and cheat. And it's just this year has just been weird. I thought Chip Ganassi with Alex Bell is gonna be like 1 in 100 year situation, but then it happens again in less than a month. That's absolutely insane. What now? Where does Oscar Piastri go? Um, my guess is as good as yours because there are some open rides for the next season, but without Alpine, I don't know where he goes because for most of the open rides, the current drivers that they have now are obviously going to re-sign again. I don't know about Mick Schumacher at Haas, though. That could be a possibility, but I don't really see that going forward. So, who knows? Maybe Oscar Piastri can just ditch Formula One and just go to IndyCar like every other Formula 2 champion or driver has been doing for the last couple years.
Interesting. Well, Matthew, if you didn't pick up when you joined what we're discussing about the Oscar Piastri situation, do you have any input on that?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get everything fixed. What was the question? I'm sorry.
So I don't know if you were hearing after you joined, but we're discussing the Alpine situation with who do they, fill in that spot now that Oscar Piastri came out saying that I didn't sign anything and I'm not returning to the team. So where does he go? What does Alpine do? What do you think?
For me, what I think Alpine's gonna do is they're just probably gonna pull a dude from F2. To be honest with you, or they could go for Nick DeVries or whatever you want to, whatever his name is, for that. Yeah, that's where I think Alpine's gonna work with their stuff right there. I think you mentioned what was his name. I don't know the dude's name. What's his name? Piastri.
Yeah.
God, that guy. Yeah, sorry. I don't know about him. It sounds like, honestly, it sounds like he has something else planned. Maybe not as a reserve driver for Alpine next season. Because personally, if he ain't gonna sign the contract to at least be in F1, I have a thinking that he's just gonna be on a different team, whether he's a reserve or not.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or no, who knows, bro? Maybe we'll try a different series. I mean, we've seen it happen in the past with some of these dudes.
Well, as you said, yeah, maybe he has something else planned, like how Fabian compared it to Alex Palou with the CGR McLaren deal over an IndyCar. He said, "Oh yeah, I didn't re-sign with CGR." Then 10 minutes later, all of a sudden, Arrow McLaren's announcing that they signed Alex Palou. So it's a whole, conspiracy theory right now on where he's going to go, if you want to call it that. But yeah, he could make a jump somewhere else. We knew at the beginning of the season that that Alpine had loaned him out to be a reserve or development driver or something like that for McLaren as well. So, he had another opportunity to get F1 sessions under his belt. So Who knows? Maybe another driver's making that jump from a team that announced him early to McLaren. So it really leads you to believe what McLaren could be doing or what's going on, because two of the biggest motorsports doing this. It's kind of odd.
Definitely strange, but hey, it's excitement. I'll take
It is
excitement.
excitement for the fans, and talk about silly season.
I'll just make things even better. Makes things
Exactly.
even better. I'm just chilling, watching it all go down, and see how this thing goes. And I wish nothing best for everyone involved. You don't want to ever bad stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's great. I love it. Put a smile on my face.
Well, with that, the whole domino effect was started by Sebastian Vettel announcing retirement before the Hungarian Grand Prix. So, what's your guys' input, Fabian?
Well, when I woke up, I thought it was just some dude just playing F122 career mode. Like, oh, Sebastian Vettel retiring his career mode. Well, that's just an average Sunday. But then when I rubbed my eyes and saw it was from the actual F1 Twitter account, that what caught me off guard. But we have seen it in the last couple of years. Vettel is not the same as he was in his Red Bull days. Obviously, making the move from Ferrari to Aston Martin, he hasn't been performing as he used to. So I think for him, it's a good spot to call it quits and hang up the helmet.
Fair. Matthew?
Um, it was definitely coming. I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
You know, ever since he was gone from Ferrari, it kind of just, I think it showed a sign, especially with how the team has been, with Aston Martin and whatever the team was called before that, or whatever team
Racing
was on
Point,
before.
yeah.
Was it just Racing Point? Was he on Racing Point at that time?
No, he wasn't on racing. He was on
Oh, so it's
Ferrari at
just
the time.
Okay, so it was Aston Martin. That was it.
Yeah.
And then Aston Martin's not done good this season. Let's be real. Let's keep it 100. They've been horrible.
Yeah.
And obviously, sure Vettel doesn't want to waste any more time in what he is in. So I mean, it's bittersweet to say the least. But he's done a lot for the sport, and I can't thank the man enough. And I wish him the best of luck in retirement.
Well, as you guys were saying, or mostly Fabian, he's not what he used to be, and sure, he's kind of gotten the bad end of the deal with it. He had Ferrari when they were still good. He was contending for wins. He won. I believe his last win was Singapore, and that was 2018. Then Ferrari had that penalty where they had to run with a reduced engine. They ran terribly, still managed to just outperform that. Then he even managed to get the two podiums last year with Aston Martin, but this year just the team has been bad. So, he said in the past that if he made a social media, it would probably be for retirement. So I think when everyone saw he made an Instagram account the other day, we all knew what was coming. But it's one of those things. It was expected. It was just a matter of when. But it's just another guy that's paved the way in one of these major sports that's walking out the door now. As for that though, the Hungarian Grand Prix. What did you guys think about that? Because I didn't get to watch it.
It was all right. Ferrari needs to get their stuff together. They have a championship capable car and a championship capable driver, but they are making the most, I want to say rookie mistakes, but the most unbelievable mistakes. They think a team that's been in the sport for about 70 years accumulates so many drivers and constructors championships. They think you may think that they think they got this.
Yeah.
But it's showing that they don't. And Red Bull is just pulling away. Even Red Bull's making mistakes, but at least they're not as bad as Ferrari.
Matthew, did you get to watch?
I did get to watch. Fortunately, I chose to watch it during church. Sorry, God. But yeah, that race was something, bro. Ferrari should be straight up ashamed of themselves. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what was running through their head. I just there's not much to say on it. It's just the race was. I guess you can say it was good. I mean, it was okay to watch. It's just it was definitely a shocking way Ferrari ended up where they were. Definitely think it was an easy win for the group. Well, I'm pretty sure we knew Charles had that in the bag. And then they just I guess lost their train of thought or something. I don't know. I got a lot of questions for him for the Ferrari guys because I think this is not the first time already it's happened this season. So got a lot of questions for them. Congrats to Max on the win. I think Mercedes got a double podium, so that's kind of cool. I think that's the second one in a row as well. So they're making moves while Ferrari is falling, bro.
Yeah. Well, moving forward, let's knock this one out of the park. NASCAR returning to the Indianapolis Raceway Park Truck Series. I got to watch highlights. I know Matthew's not too fond of what happened in the race. So Fabian, what did you think of the truck race?
Just classic truck series shenanigans. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, Matthew, what about you?
Ah, don't know where to start. Uh,
You got
Piggyback off
betrayed. You
of
got
no.
betrayed by your favorite driver, to say the least.
Yeah, it's very upsetting. First of all, that race was. I see why we didn't go back to that track after 2011 until now. I don't know. I guess the accidents kind of made it chaotic and dramatic, but it honestly wasn't. I was peed off. I keep it a buck with you, John Hunter, bro. I love you so much, man. As a
Uh-oh.
fan, bro, I love you so much, bro. But you gotta learn to race with some common sense, homie. Like you got tail, bro. Like you got old tires, my guy. What is you doing trying to? This dude is 17 years old, and you, come on now. He got newer tires than you. What you doing? Oh my goodness! And to make matters worse, the bro switches up on Zane Smith in his interview, thinking he was Zane Smith. John Hunter's got a lot of things he's got to get sorted out. The race was trash. The winner was trash, and the real winner
Oh.
got destroyed. So
Oh. Oh
I'll leave my
man.
mark down.
Fair enough. I'll power to you. But I don't know. I got to watch the highlights. Seeing the situation with Taylor Gray. It as you were saying with John Hunter, it seems like there's been a downward spiral since Phoenix last year. You know, he was the guy to beat for the championship. It was his championship to lose. And we saw what happened. Phoenix was a train wreck for him and that team. They went into this year and they have downright struggled, it
He's desperate.
seems. And yeah, I do think that being desperate kind of had to do with that. I mean, who knows? Well, the only guy that really knows that is JHN himself, but it's a shame to see, a kid that is literally younger than all of us in this call, have a chance at a Truck Series win and just have that taken away from him. It sucks to see. And then just the race as a whole, seeing the wrecks and all that, it proved that there's a lot going on in the Truck Series, which has not made it anywhere near what it used to be. A few years ago, it used to be where you had these kids that were trying to develop, but also all these veterans of the sport and just clashing. But it was the best product out there, it seemed. Like, I honestly love going back and watching the old Truck Series, like, 2013? Just to throw a random year out there. But it's nothing like that anymore. It's just Wreckfests each week, and then you have, like, the same 5 guys dominating, it seems. But, I mean, I guess that's what happens when you send a series like that to a track they haven't been to in a couple of years, let alone a small track. So, leave it at that, I guess. But to move forward, IndyCar with the doubleheader weekend with NASCAR, the Indy Road Course. So for IndyCar, Fabian, you watched that, right?
I did.
So what did you think of it?
not much to talk about concerning the IndyCar race. Obviously, lots of strategy plays. Uh, yeah, that's all I can say. Lots of strategy plays. Good for Rossi though. Sad day for Rosenquist after getting a pole. But that's all I can say. Oh yeah, how could I almost forget? Herdo with the blown engine that came out of left field.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, fair. Matthew, did you get to watch it?
I just looked at the results. Well, I'll say this: I was proud of Lundgaard getting second.
Yeah, well, what to say? There, yeah, strategy race. Andretti engines can't hold up. We've known this for the past few years, and it continues to prove itself. Rossi ending that undefeated streak, and Christian Lundgaard proving he's got the talent it takes to compete in IndyCar. Now, sure, his what was it, a one-off last year? Was only at the Indy GP. He did great in it for a rookie, especially in his first start. But he proved he's capable of running for wins, especially there. So he's one to watch out for probably next year in that sophomore season. But aside from that, typical IndyCar race, get the strategy calls and see who can close the gap quicker. But to move forward from that, we have the Xfinity race that I didn't get to watch because I was out of town. So what did you guys think of the Xfinity race, Fabian?
Uh, it was your average modern day Xfinity Series race. Good racing throughout the pack on a road course, and AJ Allmendinger just dominating. Not much you can say. Sots, do you have anything to talk about?
I also was not able to
No.
attend to watch this race. I was out all Saturday, so
Yeah,
I missed out on a who won? Was it AJ? Yeah, it was
that was
AJ. So
AJ.
that's all I
One of
got
our
from that.
colleague boys. So
That's all I got. That's good for him, though.
yeah,
I'm very happy for him.
yeah. Props to our colleague guys for doing that. But the Cup race, the complete opposite. It was not. It was not clean. It was not dandy. It was a utter wreck fest, especially in the final stage. Um, I don't even want to start on this. Fabian, your go.
Okay, so first two stages, it was decently clean. Yeah, you had a couple spins here and there, but nothing outrageous. Starting the third and final stage, Larson, which apparently it was a skill issue, not car issue, spins out going to turn one, going about 150 miles per hour, and absolutely clobbers Ty Dillon. Both cars out of the race. And then the restarts since then. You have people going four wide, which obviously going four wide into turn one is not really a good idea. Then you have people going five wide. And then I think Legato one time made it six wide. And that's just a recipe for disaster. Chase Elliott spins out, I think, from the lead or either from the top five. I don't remember. And then on the final restarts, calamity happens, and Ross Chastain takes the outer routes, thinking it's a Mario Kart track that you just cut casually. Which, in my opinion, then does the cleanest pass he has ever done this season, and included him going nearly sideways and spinning out. NASCAR black flagged them, and he had a very awkward interview after that. And then off camera, Blaney spun out Suarez.
Yeah, which was from that whole turn one incident because apparently Suarez was the one that caused all that going into the inside of the corner. But chaos. Matthew, what do you have to say about the Cup race?
I just got 5 simple words. Bring back the Indy Oval. For fuck's sake. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
I should have said that. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, I didn't think about that.
You know what?
I'm
You know
peed
what?
off, bro. I'm
That's the one
peed.
where it can slide because it. You know that's
So
where it
bad.
makes sense.
I thought, Lord of mercy, I thought maybe the rover was bad. You know, on these restart, bro. What are we doing? Come on, fam. What's we doing?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I don't understand. You know, we got all this extracurricular stuff going on the front stretch, going into turn one. Like, I mean, and these are dudes in the back trying to get maybe 3 spots, like they going for a win. Like, come on now, let's race with our heads on our heads, you know. Or wait, what?
Our
What?
heads on our heads.
What? Dude, see, this race got me all mixed up. It's just there's no need. I don't know why NASCAR thought doing this track was gonna be successful. But I truly do think we need to go back to the Indy Oval. I think it might make the race just a little bit more boring, but you're not gonna have stuff like this happen.
Oh yeah.
Like this is unacceptable. Just this is unacceptable by most of the drivers. I mean, y'all are professionals here. What y'all doing? I mean, it's just uncalled for on everybody, and this is uncalled for NASCAR. And I hope they take notes and understand that. I mean, even the drivers want to go back to the oval, man. I mean, Eric Jones, Denny Hamlin, they want to go back to the oval. I say do it. I mean, come on, we got to be smart here. We got to use our brains.
Yeah. Well,
Pass to the winner, though.
race was something else. How do you even put this into words? We saw 8 wide going into turn
Yeah.
one at points. 5 wide, 8 wide. It was everything. That's the issue. I do think we could fix the road course, and I hate saying this because of the fact that I frowned upon the idea of changing the chicane for NASCAR and making it a permanent thing to where it would alter the IndyCar race. But this is something that needs to be done probably for NASCAR, and you can avoid doing it for IndyCar, is make turn 1 and 2 wider. Because what causes that whole shit show, to say, going into 1 and 2 is the fact you have this wide front straightaway that narrows itself out at a 90-degree corner going into turn 2. And that's just a recipe for disaster. Like, you can get 90-degree corners to work, but not producing from that wide of a straightaway to that narrow of a corner entry. So that's the issue there. If you widen out 1 into 2 and then start narrowing it up, you could probably save that. We wouldn't have these issues anymore. Or hell, even just like letting turn 1 cut in more to where it wasn't 90 degree, that'd probably save it. But besides that, I do think we should try out the oval again, especially with the next gen car. It's improved racing a lot, in my opinion, besides at the short tracks. But everywhere else, it seems to be better. And aside from that, you know, you have that final restart where chaos ensued, and you have the fans a lot saying NASCAR shouldn't have penalized Ross Chastain because he made the smart decision, in quotes, to avoid all that. Now, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. If there was a stack up right there to where he just wasn't going to make the corner without either cutting through the grass or having to take the escape road, that's different. He completely was out there by like 5 car lengths before there was even a car touched into 1. Chase Briscoe last year, you know, that made sense for people to be mad because that shouldn't have been a penalty. But Chastain, that one was a penalty call where I can at least say NASCAR was right on, but obviously the fans are, you know, split on that because NASCAR's fan base is split on everything, it seems. And I think you guys can agree with me on that.
Oh yeah.
But aside from that, I do think, we do need to try the oval again. The road course could be fixed. It's just a matter of, does NASCAR decide we want to value, you know, the racing product over entertainment? But seems like that's a lack. But who knows? Aside from that, though, now we've got predictions. So Nashville Street Course, IndyCar, Fabian, go.
I'm just going on a whim here since last year it was so insane. I don't even know who was good at the track. I'm gonna go on a whim and say Joseph Newgarden.
Okay. Stotts?
I'm gonna go with let's go Erickson, bro. Marcus Erickson.
Erickson. So he goes back to back there. I'm gonna go
Yes,
ahead and go
please.
Dixon. I feel like he narrows that gap towards the championship fight. NASCAR, it's just Xfinity and Cup. So Xfinity, Michigan, Fabian, go.
Xfinity. You know what? Let's go crazy. Xfinity Landing Castle gets his first win of the season.
Ooh, okay. Stotts?
Wait, let me take a look at the entry list real quick. Let me take a look. Let me just check if there's someone racing I need to know. Why is it not showing me the entry list for Xfinity? Wait. I'm almost there. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I am picking. I'm picking John Hunter Nemechek for Sam Hunt Racing.
God.
I think he's going to bring the power. He's a good guy. Except for the truck race. He's a good guy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and still say a colleague guy. I'm not going to say Castle, however. I'm going to say Hemrick finally ends that championship hangover and gets the win at Michigan. But as for Cup, Fabian, go.
I'm split between Blaney getting his first win of the season or Larson ending his weird bad streak.
Okay. Stotts?
Well, I'm going with the Ford driver. This is a Ford dominated track, to be honest. Man, bro, I'm really debating. I'm gonna go Kevin Harvick. For some reason, I've got Happy Harvick in my system right now, and I'm gonna go with him. Don't let me down.
Well, I was gonna say Harvick too, but just to play the cards different. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Spire Motorsports win number 2, Corey LaJoie finally gets one this year. After what happened at Atlanta. Send him to a high-speed track like this, he's got a chance. So that's my hot take for predictions. But as for that, I think we've covered everything. What about you guys? Oh no, we failed to cover this. Brett Moffitt's out of the O2 for Our Motorsports.
Yeah.
Due to
It's not the O2.
sponsorship issue. It's Perkins now.
Who? Blaine Perkins?
Yeah, Blaine Perkins.
Okay. I feel bad for Brett.
Oh, yeah, it is the O2.
Yeah, it's sad that Brett's out because I don't.
Brett's got talent, man.
He has the talent. He's the driver for the job. Just we're sadly in a sport where, in a time especially for a sport where money talks, and just that money wasn't there anymore. It seems. But aside from that, though, is there anything else we need to cover?
I think that's it.
Matthew?
I'm thinking. Actually,
Oh yeah. Front row decided to drop the appeal.
oh yeah, that too. They did drop it.
Oh, that's something.
I got a question actually to ask you, Jake, and I hope you don't mind me asking something because it is something I want to do in the future with possibly anyone that does watch what I watch. I was wondering, we got football starting back up.
Oh yeah, the football side of things.
So obviously we got early August is when preseason starts.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we ain't gonna really cover it. But
I was thinking maybe we can have like a playoff prediction for some of us that watch it or at least know most of the team.
Don't
Something
worry.
there.
There is something planned for football. Don't worry.
W.
So,
Okay, that's all my questions.
all right. Well, with that being said, thank you all for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week, and also keep an eye out on the social medias because we've got news coming up in the coming weeks, to say the least. So, with that, I'm Jake Scarborough, joined by Matthew Stutz, Fidel Fabian. We'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.